Genocides are the darkest chapters in human history, marked by the intentional destruction of specific racial, ethnic, religious, or national groups. In this poignant exploration, we confront the sorrowful narratives of the 10 worst genocides ever recorded. Armenian Genocide was a systematic campaign by the Ottoman Empire's Turks to kill and deport Armenians. In 1915, Turkish government leaders planned to expel and massacre them. Between 600,000 and 1.5 million Armenians were dead, with many more forcibly removed. Historians consider this a genocide, and U.S. President Joe Biden declared it in 2021. However, the Turkish government still does not acknowledge the scope of these events. Holocaust, also known as the Shoah, was a genocide against European Jews during World War II. By Nazi Germany killing of nearly 6 million Jews, it began with Hitler's radical anti-Semitism. Jews and other minority groups were systematically imprisoned in labor or death camps, beaten, deprived of food, humiliated, and ultimately killed. The Nazi regime used methods like pogroms, mass shootings, death marches, and extermination camps to eliminate Jews and other minorities. Cambodian Genocide. From 1975 to 1979, the Khmer Rouge ruled Cambodia, committing a significant crime of forced labor, thought control, and mass execution. They aimed to transform the country into a classless agrarian utopia, murdering, surrendering officials, and emptying cities. They forced millions into the countryside, forbidden religion, popular culture, and self-expression, and separated families. Ethnic minorities faced persecution, and the economy suffered from mismanagement. Rwanda Genocide. The Rwanda Genocide of 1994 was a planned mass murder campaign in Rwanda, involving 200,000 Hutu extremists and media propaganda. The campaign killed over 800,000 civilians, primarily Tutsi and moderate Hutu, resulted in the deaths of 2 million Rwandans. The genocide was a significant event in Rwanda's history. Bosnian Genocide. In April 1992, the government of the Yugoslav Republic of Bosnia-Herzegovina declared its independence from Yugoslavia. Over the next several years, Bosnian Serb forces, with the backing of the Serb-dominated Yugoslav army, perpetrated atrocious crimes against Bosniak or Bosnian Muslim and Croatian civilians, resulting in the deaths of 100,000 people by 1995. About 80% of them are Bosniak. Nanking Massacre. The Nanking Massacre, also known as the Rape of Nanking, was a brutal massacre of Chinese civilians in Nanjing, China, following the Battle of Nanking in the Second Sino-Japanese War. The Japanese army advanced through China, leading to the Chinese government fleeing and leaving the city. The massacre involved rape, looting, and arson, with death tolls ranging from 40,000 to over 300,000. The Nanking Massacre remains a significant issue between Japan and China, with historical revisionists and nationalists accusing Japan of minimizing or denying the event. Holodomor. The Holodomor, also known as the Great Ukrainian Famine, was a man-made famine in Soviet Ukraine from 1932 to 1933, resulting in millions of deaths. The famine was part of a wider Soviet famine of 1930 to 1933, affecting major grain-producing areas. The cause remains debated, with some suggesting it was deliberately engineered by Joseph Stalin to eliminate a Ukrainian independence movement, while others argue it was primarily due to rapid Soviet industrialization and collectivization of agriculture. Guatemalan Genocide. The Guatemalan Genocide, also known as the Maya Genocide or the Silent Holocaust, was a series of atrocities committed against the Maya people during the Guatemalan Civil War. The U.S.-backed Guatemalan military governments committed massacres, forced disappearances, torture, and summary executions, resulting in the estimated 166,000 deaths. This brutal event significantly impacted Guatemala's social, political, and economic landscape. Bangladesh Genocide. The Bangladesh Genocide, also known as the Gono-Hota, was a series of atrocities committed against the Bengali population of East Pakistan during the Bangladesh Liberation War. The Pakistani armed forces and local collaborators killed up to 3 million Bengalis, including Bengali Hindus. During Operation Searchlight, the genocide resulted in the displacement of around 30 million people and is considered one of the most brutal events in modern South Asian history. Darfur Genocide. The Darfur Genocide, a brutal and devastating conflict in Sudan since 2003, involves the systematic killing of ethnic Darfuri people, displaced around 3 million, and perpetrated by the Sudanese government forces, Rapid Support Forces, and Janjaweed militias. The conflict originated from a civil war between the Khartoum national government and two rebel groups in Darfur. These genocides are somber reminders of humanity's capacity for cruelty and the urgent need to prevent such atrocities in the future. Recognizing and acknowledging these events is vital for promoting tolerance, peace, and justice worldwide. Subscribe to DPFunFacts for more. Thank you.